Hey guys, Kelsey here. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for popping in. So today is an impromptu video. Gonna go for a walk and I'm gonna listen to Taylor Swift's CD. I'm pretty excited because I've only listened to a few songs here and there. Cardigan obviously be my first with the music video, which was awesome, and Mad Woman, which is my favorite. But anyways, I'm just gonna listen to that, pop in, tell you what I think about it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, you do you, but I'd really be happy if you did. But without further ado, I am gonna start the CD. Oh my gosh, Taylor Swift's album starting strong with The One. I am going to give my favorite quote, so if you don't want to hear like lyrics or anything, go listen to the music and come back so I don't spoil you. The song starts out strong and picks up my first favorite lyric when it comes to The One. I am doing good. I'm on some new shit. Saying yes instead of no, and I resonate with that so much because I personally am on medication to kind of balance out my moods, and I feel like that's what she's getting at with that. Dang, people are coming, but I feel like that's what she's getting at with the song, so I really resonate with that. And then the second part, saying yes instead of no. When I get like really down, and I'm not crying, that's sweat. I'm not that emotional yet, but anyways, when I get really down, I start to just say no to everything, and I find when I finally like am capable of pushing myself to go from saying no to yes, even if I want to say no, like just being able to get past saying no and actually saying yes and forcing myself to do it, I find that a lot of the times I feel better about it. So I really resonate with that. Another favorite line that I have is she says, "In my defense, I have none." And what I really like is in the middle of the song, she says it multiple times with the catchphrase of "for never leaving well enough alone." And that is said multiple times throughout the song. I resonate with that as well because I'm definitely one of those people who will like dig in. And I feel like something that I really enjoy about Taylor Swift is she's always progressing with the type of style. She plays with new things. I mean, she's been in the world since she was what, like 16? She started with country music. That's how I found her. And she plays a bunch of different music. I have always loved it 100%, and something that, you know, makes me always love it is the fact that her lyrics just always get me. Something that I also really like about hearing her music is even if you don't like resonate it with it at that time, or, you know, fully do with that song, she brings you in with all the lyrics and makes you feel that emotion. Like, even if you've never ever had a sad, like, crying relationship or a bad breakup, and you've always had like super happy relationships or never a relationship at all, Taylor Swift is gonna make you feel. But anyways, towards the end of the song, it says, "In my defense, I've had none for digging up the grave another time." And I just really like how throughout the song it says one phrase and then switches it to just being that one phrase for her. And then my last favorite lyric that was in this song, and I actually listened to this song twice just to make sure I catch everything, and the first time I didn't even catch that it said that same lyric multiple times throughout the song and then changed it at the end. So I was glad I listened to it twice back and forth. But anyways, last favorite lyric that I jotted down from that song is, "Resist the temptation to ask you, if one thing had been different, would everything be different today?" And It's just a strong lyric that speaks for itself. I'm sitting on a bench now because I'm tired of walking and I'm so hot and bikes keep ringing their fucking bells at me and I'm over it. I just finished listening to Cardigan. This wasn't my first time listening to Cardigan because this was the music video that she dropped, where it was like actually music video and not just lyrics. So it was the first song that I listened to. I do enjoy it, but honestly my only favorite line is the line she repeats a ton, so I feel like she anticipated it being a favorite, is when you are young they assume you know nothing. I do feel like a lot of people underestimate kids, or you know, assume they can't learn as much as they can. I liked the melody, but it's just not one where I'm gonna like hit back and listen to it again, which I feel terrible about because it is the music video. But I do recommend watching the music video because I love how she like climbs through the piano, she is in water, she does a lot of really cool things in the music video. Taylor is always on point with music videos. Okay guys, I am now in a tree and I just listened to the last great American Dynasty. I did listen to it 2 times in a row. I did enjoy it that much. I just loved the kind of like upbeat but downbeat tempo of the piano or whatever instrument it is. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you feel like you can bounce and dance to it, but at the same time it's kind of like mellow and chill. I had like 2 favorite lines from the song, and those are, and they said, "There goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she ever showed them what she could have been." The second one is, "I had a marvelous time ruining everything." And I love how towards the end this line gets said repeatedly. And you know, sometimes I get annoyed when lyrics are just repetitive, but she does such a great job with the tempo of it. And another thing that I really enjoy is throughout the song she's clearly, you know, talking about someone else and, you know, what they're going through. And it said she had a marvelous time ruining everything, and it says it here and there throughout the song with she, and then towards the end it switches to "I had a marvelous time ruining everything," saying it over and over. So I thought that was a cool twist. Okay, the next song is Exile, and it features Bon Iver, which I've never heard of, but I think it's gonna be one of my favorites. I didn't listen to it twice in a row. I listened to it all the way through and then through halfway just to make sure I got my favorite lines right, and I just loved how it went. It starts off with Bon Iver singing, and his voice is just so sexy. Like, I love it so much. It was just such a good tie. And then Taylor comes in, and then they start to sing together, and they definitely rocked it. And something that I really liked is it has this line where Bon says it at the beginning, where it says, "I think I've seen this film before and I didn't like the ending." And then later on, Taylor's singing, and she says the same line with a different ending, saying, "I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door." There's one more line that I really liked from this song. Sorry, my arm started to hurt. But the second line that I really liked is, "Second, third, and 100 chances balancing on broken branches." And I was just like, that was such a clever line, because everyone knows that if you're someone who gives multiple chances to someone and it just keeps going on, they just start to teeter, and you don't know, you know, where those chances will be. And then ironically, I'm in a tree. So I just finished my Tears Ricochet, and I honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't feel the need to back it up and listen to it again. I didn't feel it was that great. I didn't hate it. I don't know. Not my favorite, to be completely honest. And I kind of feel weird because the first time this line was said, it was my favorite. I didn't have it in myself to go with Grace, which I really liked that lyric. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't super original. Something that I really did enjoy is, even though she said this lyric 3 or 4 times throughout the song, I'm like 90% sure every time she said it, line right after saying it was different. So at least there was that. There's another line that I liked that was something along the lines of, you had to kill me, but it killed you anyways. And it was just kind of mellow and sad, which isn't bad. Okay guys, I feel so bad saying this. I didn't think this is the first time I'm ever gonna say it with Taylor Swift. Next song was Mirrorball, and I didn't like it. Halfway through, I wanted to skip it, but I pushed through thinking it would get better. I think what got me the most about not liking it is her voice just sounded so weird with it. Like, I don't know what she was doing. It was kind of at a frequency I didn't recognize. I honestly didn't really pick up on any lyrics, didn't resonate with anything. The next song was called 7, and I loved it. I'm so glad that I loved it after not liking that other song. It was just such a sweet song, talking about when she was 7 and her friend, but it was also really sad. Like, my favorite line is, I think your house is haunted, so you should come live with me. And then it goes into, you know, talking about his dad doing something, and you know, how they can, you know, play pirates together, and, you know, all that goodness, and he wouldn't have to hide in the closet anymore. And honestly, you should just go listen to the song itself. I love how she, like, made the beat upbeat. It did sound like a happy song, but then when you peel the layers away and, like, listen to the lyrics and absorb them, it's a melancholy kind of sadness to it. I have now taken a little bit riskier and laid in the tree. If I fall out of this tree, at least it was a good time listening to Taylor Swift. The song I just listened to was August, which I was super excited to see this on the album because I'm an August baby. I love the summer, and it did not disappoint. It did talk about a summer love. It was super cute, super sweet. I really enjoyed it. My favorite line is, August slipped away into a moment of time because it was never mine. And it's said a few times throughout the song. I feel like I'm so basic AF, always having my favorite lines be the ones that are said multiple times. But I did have a second favorite one, which is, wanting was enough. It was enough for me to live for the hope of it all, canceling plans just in case you call to meet you behind the mall. And I'm totally that girl who has like a super crush on guys in high school, and I would say no to things just for the hope that they would call. It's corny, I know, but I'm a hopeless romantic, and I just love that in Taylor's songs. Hopeless romantic comes through. Okay, the next song was This Is Me Trying, and it just went so fast. It's so weird. It felt like the song was over in a blink of an eye, but it's not one of my favorites. It's really good. It went really fast. My favorite line is, I just wanted you to know this is me trying. And then it pauses and says, at least I'm trying. And it says, you know, that first part of the line multiple times, which you could probably guess because, you know, the name of the song, you know, gives it away. I thought it was really sweet because, you know, sometimes it just takes trying, putting effort in, and some people, you know, don't even do that. I just finished Illicit Affairs, and it was so sad but so good, and I loved it. And of course, I'm that basic bitch who had her favorite line be a line that ended up being said multiple times. At least the first part. The second part, you know, changes throughout the song, but the first, you know, line where it's said is my favorite, and that line is, And that's the thing about Illicit Affairs, Clandestine Meetings, and Longing Stairs, which that's the first part that is said a few different times. And then the second part that is said that is my favorite sequence of them being put together. It was born from just one single glance, and it dies and it dies and it dies a million times, and I just really like that. There's a line later that talks about it lying, but I like the dying better. Morbid, I know. Okay, first off, I just found a spider on my leg, had to flick it off. A bird just really puffed out at me, but it was when I was listening to Mad Woman, so I didn't want to pause it and climb out of this damn tree yet. I will right after I talk to you y'all. But you know in the beginning how I said I've heard Mad Woman and it was so far my favorite out of the few songs I've listened to. Now I've listened to over half the album and Mad Woman is still up there with being my favorite. Actually, it's not up there, it is my favorite at the moment. Like, I want to listen to that ish over and over. I have so many favorite lines that I picked out from it, so let's just hop right into what those are. First one is the first lyric of the song, starting out strong, and it says, "What did you think I would say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will." And I was just like, oh, burn, Taylor, like, get it, girl. And that lyrical rhyme, and oh my gosh, she is a genius with with putting things together sometimes. And then second lyric that I really love, does she smile or does she mouth fuck you forever? And I was just like, Taylor just dropped the F-bomb. Like, yes, bitch, get it. And then third favorite line is, every time you call me crazy, I get more crazy. And I'm just like, me, girl, me. She also says something later about getting mad. Whenever someone just points out what you are, I just like amp it up without even thinking about it. And I was like, me. Fourth favorite lyric from this song, no one likes a mad woman, you made her like that. Enough said, I don't even talk about more. Fifth favorite lyric, they say move on, but you know I won't. I'm the kind of a person who will forgive but not forget, and I feel like that's kind of what that line entails. I could be wrong, but that's how I interpret it, is, you know, even if you forgive someone or you understand someone, or I don't know, it seems like you move on, it's always back there, so you know you won't actually fully move on. But yeah, Mad Woman, go listen to it if you haven't already. Like, yes. And oh, I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, so I did say that I listened to Cardigan, and that's the official music video, but she dropped all of these songs as lyric music videos, so that's how I was able to listen to Mad Woman ahead of time, and it's got a cool like fire. Just finished Epiphany. I'm a little out of breath because I ran for a little bit just to see if I could, on top of there's just a scary bridge that I don't like, and I wanted to get past this section and the scary bridge fast. Epiphany thoughts, didn't get any favorite lyrics. Might have been because I was running, I wasn't focused on it. I don't know. I think I would have still picked up if there was a lyric I liked. It was kind of more of a song about the sound. I still really enjoyed the song, even though I didn't get any lyrics. I do want to hear it again. It's good, wasn't amazing. I just finished listening to Betty. This wasn't my first time listening to this. I did listen to a little bit of it yesterday, but I got distracted by my friend. I like the song. It's super upbeat and like peppy, which I really enjoyed. I was a little bit confused on it. Like, why does Taylor Swift have a song with a girl's name? I'm pretty sure this is a girl. They do mention, you know, during it where she sees the girl dancing, My favorite line is, "You tell me to go fuck myself or invite me to the garden." I was just like, what did you do? And she talks about, you know, how she regrets what happened. She was just 17. It's really upbeat. I don't understand exactly what it's getting off, but I want to listen to it again. It's actually tempting to tap back and listen to it again, but I was coming up on the shade and I didn't want to like stand in the shade and listen, and it looked like there wasn't any shade for a while, so I thought I'd just stop and film. Future Kelsey here to let you know that I have noticed that the song Betty is sung in a man's perspective, and it makes so much more sense now. I noticed that line where it says, "James, come on, get in." I don't know how I missed it before, but yeah, makes sense now. Just got back to my car, finished the song Peace. I liked it. Favorite lyric, there's this line she said, "Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?" or something along those lines. I kind of like that, but it wasn't earth-shattering. Finished Hoax, the 16th song. I really enjoyed it. I only had one favorite line, which was, "You knew the password, so I let you in the door." I just thought it was really clever. I know that people don't really know passwords, but sometimes people could just get in knowing you, and I feel like that's what that lyric means. I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's how I'm interpreting it. That's how I resonate with it, how I like it. Overall, I really enjoyed the CD. I'm so happy that she dropped it during quarantine. We definitely need that spark. It had 16 songs and I only didn't like one song. That is amazing. And this is the digital version that I was listening to. I did buy the deluxe edition. I think I bought the Running Through the Garden one. I don't know, I love them all. It was so hard to pick, but I'm pretty sure I picked the Running Through the Garden. And I can't wait to hear the 17th song called Lakes that is on that disc. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for this journey. If you did, give it a like. Bye guys, see you later.